Have you ever heard of a tiny chip causing a huge international headache? Well, that's exactly what's happening right now between the Netherlands and China. And the company at the center of it all is Nexperia. This story is a wild mix of corporate drama, geopolitics, and high-stakes tech. So, who is Nexperia? They're a semiconductor company based in the Netherlands, but they're owned by a Chinese tech giant called Wingtech. Nexperia is a huge deal. They produce billions of chips that go into everything from your car to your smartphone. They're a critical piece of the global electronics supply chain. The trouble started in late September when the Dutch government did something pretty dramatic, citing concerns about sensitive technology being transferred to China. They essentially seized control of Nexperia. This means the Dutch government now has veto power over the company's major strategic decisions. It's a bold move, and it's rooted in the growing global anxiety over who controls the technology that powers our world. As you can imagine, Beijing was not happy. In a classic tit-for-tat response, China hit back by imposing export controls on the products Nexperia makes in its Chinese factories. This immediately sent shockwaves through the automotive industry, which is already grappling with chip shortages. Major car manufacturers rely on Nexperia's chips, and suddenly, that supply chain was under threat. It was a clear message from China. If you mess with our company, we can disrupt your industries. This has created a high-stakes standoff. The Dutch government is trying to protect what it sees as its national and technological security interests. Meanwhile, China is defending its corporate interests and pushing back against what it views as unfair protectionism. Beijing has even been urging its allies, like Germany, to pressure the Dutch to back down and reverse their decision. To make things even more complicated, there's a whole other layer of corporate drama happening inside Nexperia itself. A Dutch court recently suspended the company's former CEO, who also happens to be the founder of its parent company, Wingtech. The reason? Allegations of mismanagement. So, on top of the international dispute, there's an internal power struggle playing out. So, where do things stand now? It looks like both sides might be trying to find a way out of this mess. The Dutch economy minister, Vincent Carmans, just announced that a senior government delegation is heading to Beijing early next week. Their mission is to sit down with their Chinese counterparts and try to hammer out what they're calling a mutually agreeable solution. This is a sign that diplomacy is back on the table. Minister Carmans also noted that he's seen some positive signs from China, suggesting they might be loosening some of the export rules they imposed. However, he made it clear that the Netherlands is still watching the situation very closely to see if trade from Nexperia's factories in China will actually get back to normal. This Nexperia saga is a perfect example of the chip wars we hear so much about. It's not just about one company, it's about control over the future of technology. It highlights the delicate balance countries are trying to strike between economic cooperation and national security. What happens in these talks in Beijing could have ripple effects across the entire tech and automotive industries. Will they find a compromise, or will this dispute escalate even further? We'll be watching closely. What do you think about this situation? Is the Dutch government right to protect its tech? Or is this an overreach that hurts global trade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tech and geopolitics. See you in the next one.